a very boring approach of what is entertainment, right? Because you entertain yourself with AI.
Yeah, very poor entertainment skills.
That's right. Hey man, whatever.
Yeah, whatever tickles your fancy.
Exactly. Welcome everyone to What's on Your Feed. Here we go again. My guest today. You may know him from YouTube shows like What's on Your Feed, because he is my co-host and also co-worker, also a good friend and an awesome animator from Porto. So here's Zez Vaz. Nobody asks how is your feed, so I'm going to ask you, how is your feed?
It is fine. It is gonna change a lot because of this very show, so I need to get this out of the way.
So put it out of the way.
My first category is gonna be tech. I follow some channels around technology and particularly machine learning. This is Jabrils. He has a really cool way to communicate. I wanted to know how it works. He makes it look like maybe easier, but the way he explains is really cool.
He's a programmer, right?
He's a programmer.
Laid-back programmer.
Yeah.
He's laid back.
You kind of get that he pictures himself as laid back, but there's a lot of work into these videos. It's really cool. You grasp the idea. What he's trying to do on this game is making the guy run and avoid the walls. and the way it works on artificial intelligence is that he keeps trying. He does failing and failing and failing.
What else is there?
2-minute papers. All his videos are about scientific papers, mostly around AI. He has a ton of stuff really impressive. He has this video that enchanted me. It's a hide-and-seek game with artificial intelligence. There's 2 teams, the seekers and the hiders. Throughout the game, you have a ton of rounds. After a few rounds, they start to recognize how they would hide efficiently. Okay. And the seekers also upgrade. There's a ramp there, and so they're going to use it. 2-minute paper is really good. My next channel is Primer. What he does is, like in this video in particular, simulating the evolution of aggression. The way it works is it first starts a simulation with empathic beings, the blue one, and then there's a red one. And the red one is the asshole. Is the asshole. So it'll take a part of the food from the blue ones. And you see it evolving. And what happens after some rounds? They thrive or they die. Yeah, so you need to see the rest of the video. See what happens. It's really impressive.
Oh my God, and they are red and blue, just like Republicans and Democrats. This is too real. This is getting too real for me. Shut it off. I can't stand it. This is the US election. This is the US election all over again. So next.
The category here is animation. As you know, I'm an animator and I sometimes look at tutorials when I need something specific. But this guy, Marriott, along with some tutorials, particularly After Effects, really good ones, very tasteful. He has experiments with animating with AI. In this video, he's trying the software EB Synth. And what it does is you paint one frame of a movie, for example, you paint it on Photoshop.
Okay, so, and it assumes the language for the other frames, is that it?
Yeah, I tried this software and it works very well. It synthesizes the whole rest of the video. He tries really hard
but this
program. Look at that.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's really, really
nice. A moving painting. He tried that with Homer Simpson. He tries putting like an extra eye. He also tries this with Rick.
You serious?
With a realistic Rick.
What is this face you're making? Right about now.
And then he tries it on a scene from Spider-Man. I don't know if you can see it. He's really like Rick.
I can see it. I actually can pretty well.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's almost perfect. Yeah.
My next category is gonna be drums because I play drums.
The drums play you.
The drums play me. It's like in Russia where everything is. This is a guy that I really like because he plays popular rock songs, but he plays it in slow motion. It's called LearnSomeDrums.
This is great. You can keep up with him as he's playing.
Yeah. That's, for example, how I learned to play No One Knows from Queens of Stone Age. And he plays it really slow. It makes it graspable. I actually learned how to play the song and I couldn't really tell just by hearing it. So I learned a lot of songs through him.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a nice channel to learn some drums, like the channel says.
Yep, it's pretty self-explanatory.
The next category is gonna be politics. Not really politics, news. It's on a YouTube channel called The Hill, and the show is called Rise.
rising.
That's where I get most of my news. I spend a lot of time with them. Krystal and Saagar, they're really good. They have good opinions. They don't agree on everything, which is really cool to listen to.
It's not a
And
polarized show.
No, it's not a polarized show. It's more like we should all go against who's really shitty, you know, like huge corporations and the politicians that make everyone hate each other. Yeah, so on that ground, I think it's really relevant. I like them. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with them. My next channel is a category called entertainment, which is not what I come to YouTube the most. I think I have a very boring approach on YouTube.
A very boring approach of what is entertainment, right? Because you entertain yourself with AI.
Yeah, very poor entertainment skills.
That's right. Hey man, whatever it gets you through the pandemic.
Whatever tickles your fancy.
Exactly.
So this is Daily Dose of Internet. This is a show for everyone. It's like home movies compilations, but it's really well edited and selected, and the guy has a really cool voice.
It's like shortcuts to all the things that are funny on the internet.
Yeah, everything is pretty spectacular or funny. Like I said, I watch a lot of stuff that is incredibly boring, and this is one of the few shows that I watch with my girlfriend.
This is where you come
to entertainment.
To clean your eyeballs.
Yeah.
When they're almost bloody.
Yeah, yeah, because usually when I watch it, I watch AI because I'm worried of what's to come and I want to understand it.
Yeah, so you can reason with them when it comes to that.
Yeah. I watch politics because I'm afraid of Trumpism, you know, and I watch a lot of stuff about money because I'm afraid of going absolutely far
out of it.
You know?
You got to know your enemies.
Yeah.
Very wise of you.
Mm-hmm. So my next category is gonna be education. I learned a lot with YouTube. This is in a nutshell. This channel is very popular. I'm imagining everyone has seen these thumbnails. And all of their videos, the production value is incredible. They make beautiful videos about science because science is beautiful. That's the whole thing.
That was beautiful. There are always short videos about very complicated stuff, so people can understand it. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, so that's a really good way to learn. They're awesome. So the next one is CrashCourse. Do you know CrashCourse?
Yeah.
They've been around forever. They have loads of different playlists on different subjects.
It's also complicated subjects told very fast and
beautifully.
Very elegantly.
The last one that I watched was the machine learning, and it's with Jabrils, the first guy that I mentioned.
I was going to mention him. He's the guy to do it.
It's a nice intro to the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little robot.
The next category is going to be business as usual. This next channel, this is a really important channel for me. The Futur, without an E.
Okay.
This is particularly how to run your business as a designer or a creative or just an independent worker. That's Krystal. He's the main guy from the channel. He's a designer and an entrepreneur. So he has amazing tips on how to deal with clients, how to make a sale, continuing with money. This is Stephan, and he's a real estate agent, and he has a lot of tips on how to invest and how to spend your money. Again, I feel like I didn't know anything about money, or I didn't know the difference between asset and liability, you know.
I don't know.
An asset is when you buy something that will increase in value.
Okay.
And a liability, it's a waste of money. If you could turn your liabilities into assets, like if you buy a car, it's a liability. It may help you to go to work and everything, but it will lose value.
If you rent your car, then it's not a liability because you're also getting money from your investment.
Do you remember Shark Tank?
Of course, I still see it sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful.
Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. He's posting a lot more on his YouTube channel.
He's just as smart as us.
This is one of his latest videos. This is Kevin O'Leary talking about the GameStop thing.
Oh, yeah. He's a punk rocker, my God.
He's like a rich punk rocker.
Yeah, a stock rocker.
You know, I noticed punk rock never told me anything about money.
Just how to get rid of it.
Yeah, so like he has such cool videos because like he's explaining the whole thing with GameStop, and he's like, you feel his vibrance about it. He's like, this
he's
amazing,
one with
very
nature.
cool.
So actually, he's turning his free time into assets.
Yeah,
Kind of like that, yeah. I'm ready for the stock market.
You are. This is a video of Stephan, so the one that I talked just before, is interviewing Kevin O'Leary.
Oh my God, it kind of looks like Commandant Picard from Star Trek on that video. Commandant Picard from Star Trek.
Okay. I don't know the reference.
Of course you don't. You're not nearly nerd enough on that area. There are others.
Next channel I want to talk about, well, it's actually Vice, but
Vice.
it's specifically series within Vice. One of them.
Yeah, I've seen that documentary.
Did you? From FL 65, it's so good.
I just love the first comment because it just resumes everything. The documentary nobody needed, but everybody wanted. you just after you see it, you know you've wanted it all your life.
Yeah.
But you don't really thought about it.
I was very amazed by it. And so Vice is the story of, that's the series, and huge one-hit wonders or just massive songs and how they came about. None of these songs were a straight path to MTV, you know. They also have like the story of It Wasn't Me by Shaggy, and this one about Papa Roach's Last Resort. It's a huge song for the band. It's a cool show.
Yeah.
The other show, we'll keep it on Vice, Life Hacks with
From
Oobah
Vice.
Butler.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. To everyone who doesn't know who Oobah Butler is,
He's a character, all right.
This first episode, he turned a fake restaurant into the #1 TripAdvisor restaurant on London. This actually happened, and he made it with fake reviews, which is something of a past job of his.
He knew how. I think he pushes the boundaries of reality with his schemes and shenanigans.
Yeah.
He goes there. He actually goes there.
Yeah, he's really creative. So that's the shed. That's the space for the fake restaurant. Another episode that he has is he crashes into the Paris Fashion Week as a fashion designer that he's not. And Giorgio Paviani is a brand that he used to see on street markets in London. And he just grabs the name and goes with it, and he pretends he has a card. He pretends he's a fashion designer.
It's a knockoff brand of Giorgio Armani.
Of Giorgio Armani. I even forgot about Giorgio Armani. Giorgio Armani means nothing to me. Giorgio Paviani, go Giorgio Paviani.
All the way Paviani.
Yeah. So at the end, he actually meets the person who's, I can spoil it. This is something that people need to see.
They definitely, you shouldn't spoil this.
Yeah, there's another episode. All the episodes are very different. This is why I'm talking about some specific episodes. He helps people finding lookalikes to go to some events instead of the actual person. He picks this American guy who has a high school reunion, and he thought that people wouldn't remember him. He thought he was unnoticeable. People would have forgotten him by now. So if a lookalike goes instead of him, it would be cool. And he wanted a lookalike that's like a more attractive version of himself. And you see how people react to it, and it's heartwarming.
These are like he explores the loopholes in society.
Yeah. That's it. It's very enjoyable.
It's funny, and you always take a lesson. You can always extract some type of moral at the end. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. You've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Last channel. It's not a channel. It's a series again.
Comedy Central.
It's from Comedy Central. It's called Blark and Son. It's a sitcom with puppets. It's dad and his son. And the dad loves son, and the son spends his day on his room playing video games. And the expressions, it's incredible that the expressions are always the same because they're so expressive and they convey every emotion with just that single. It's amazing. Mariana, there's no words for how amazing this is.
I have to check on this,
It's a very sitcom, like there's nothing new, but it's with puppets. And when you see the behind the scenes, you go crazy. Like this is a small set. Something that they did put on their hands. The characters are like this size.
What, like Muppets?
Yeah, well, I'll show you very briefly because I was very interested in this.
Oh, this is so funny.
See, that's the creator. It's really cool. The kid has his love interest and the father has a friend in the military. He's over the top, this father.
Are you ready for your top 5?
Yes, I am.
That's
I'll
fantastic.
start. The enthusiasm. Number 5, in a nutshell.
Right.
This one has to be on top. It's very popular, but it should be on top. Optimistic nihilism.
That's a spirit.
Probably,
It is a must-see, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, it's going to be Rising with Krystal and Saagar. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with them. I rely on them to tell me what the fuck, right? And yeah, they have very nice guests as well. The third place, it's the Futur. Yeah. As I told you, this channel is very important for me. I actually learned a lot of stuff with Chris too. If you're an independent, if you're a designer or a creative, and if you're good at what you do, but you don't know how to handle the business side of it, educate yourself. That's so important.
That's a weapon.
It's empowering. And you need that part, even though you may find some taste in it, even though you feel like an artist and this shit doesn't belong in your head, you may find something that attracts you, and it's gonna be good for you. Peoples.
Yes. Second place, Blark and Son. Yeah. So
yeah, the second place is going to be Blark and Son. I really, really liked it. Actually, they just released the second season, which is coming out as we speak, 1 episode per day. I love this show.
Let's go to the big first.
The big first is Life Hacks with
Oobah
Butler.
Butler. Yeah.
I'm very impressed by him.
Sure.
He's super creative.
Yeah.
And he keeps doing like different stuff. And I'm excited to see what else he's gonna put out. So that's my top 5. I'm pretty sure it's gonna change dramatically because I'm starting to watch the channels you mentioned, the channels Megas mentioned, and now the channels that Tiago mentioned.
And the world is changing.
And the world is changing.
We never know how
like
to
I
prepare.
Said, yeah. Well, 2 days ago, this was all GameStop controversy. So
tomorrow will be zombies.
We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be on that side of the interview.
That
serves
it's kind
you
of
well.
my job.
You have to walk in those shoes. Now you know what people suffer.
This was excruciating. Thank you.
Bye. Toma.
Toma.
Such a nerd.
Did it work? I didn't see it. Did it work?
I couldn't see. My hand was in the camera.